Mr. Speaker, say,
You have the floor.
I want to thank the honourable member and his colleague for asking this question. Mr. Speaker, say, last year, just before the census started, we had given a census release plan with exact dates on when we will plan, how do we plan to release the papers through the process. And there's a process which I'm going to outline. Unfortunately, it seems that the members probably didn't watch that clip or read that particular plan. So, Mr. Speaker, before that, please let me allow to enlighten this House, especially the members on the other side, the details of these census findings. The process. Mr. Speaker, as we all are aware, this exercise was carried first time ever through a handheld device, survey solution software, so which kind of sped up the process and also allowed live feed of the data to our main head office, the Census Operations Center. Mr. Speaker, with this online system in place, the expectation was high that the data should be, of course, released as per the time frame that we released. Mr. Speaker, in doing so, we consider the scope of the coverage, the quality of the data collected through identification of outliers or possible outliers, caused by numerous reasons, human errors as well. So to reduce. Mr. Speaker, I wish to share that with this August House that our National Statistics Office, the Bureau of Statistics, conducted the population and housing census in 2017 through this particular software, and only managed to release the demographic findings this year. So in 2017, they undertook this work, and then 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So, Mr. Speaker, we are well ahead in terms of releasing the findings on a timely manner. So, Mr. Speaker, I must admit that after the data collection period at the end of February last year, we started the compilation of the data. Our team worked very closely with the FAO experts that was seconded to our office. But of course, we were affected by the pandemic last year, but that didn't really stop us from meeting the timeline. Mr. Speaker, we have done the preliminary round of analysis, and I must say that we've got these 4 reports. So the report of the particular census is in these 4 parts or 4 chapters. The 2020 Agriculture Census General Table, so it will give you the general descriptive of the entire surveyed households, agriculture households. Then you have got the 2020 Agriculture Census Enumeration Boundary Report. Then you will have the 2020 Agriculture Census Gender Analysis, and you will have the 2020 Agriculture Census Administration Report. So, Mr. Speaker, we are hoping that our submission will go to Cabinet probably in the next sitting, and then from there we will have stakeholder meetings and workshop by division as planned towards the end of February. So by end of February we should wrap up the consultations. Then we through the Cabinet will table the census findings in March sitting of the Parliament. So that was the plan that we had released last year, and that's the timeline that we're following. So official release to be shared with the National Statistics Office again in end of March this year, and then we will do more further detailed analysis with FAO of the data following that. So all the tables in these 4 sections will be released by end of March. Mr. Speaker, that is just for the background, Mr. Speaker, we were able to capture 70,991 households with 300,861 total population. So again, 70,991 households. These households, some households have had multiple farmers in one household. So we recorded a total of 83,395 farmers, details with 86% male and 14% female-headed households or female farmers. The speaker say that is the process and that's the timeline, and we will adhere to the timeline strictly, despite all the challenges that we have faced. Thank you.
I thank the Honourable Minister. Honourable Joseph.